Hello, Cooper. Welcome to Paraguay.
Thank you. Hi.
Nice to meet you and
You too.
congratulations.
Thank
You're
you.
spectacular in Mounstros. Really amazing.
Thank you.
How do you feel now about everything that is happening with the show? I mean, did you think it will have the impact that it's having?
I only hoped that it would. I didn't know or didn't really have an expectation. I know they had did a couple of shows about the brothers before, and
Documents,
doc-
I love
yeah.
it.
So I don't know.
Movies.
I didn't really have any expectations. I hoped that I would have gotten to talk to them or meet them, which ultimately I did, which is amazing. But
Yes,
to see the impact that it's had and that it's affected real life has been so incredible to watch, and I'm so grateful that it has had the effect that it's had.
of course. Well, we learned that you visited them and those brothers. I mean, you already saw that, but
hmm
did that visit change your point of view of them?
No, not at all. In fact, it like made the point of view that I had even stronger. That they're, you know, just they're just regular guys who really had a struggle of a childhood, and made a really bad decision based on fear, when they were young. And no, they were so charming and amazing, and so kind, and it was a beautiful experience and day.
Oh my God. And what do you think about Eric's reaction? I mean, he said that the show doesn't tell the truth, but what do you think about that?
Yeah. I get it. I mean, it's so hard. I can't imagine what it would be like if someone made a TV series about my upbringing and my life and some of the choices that I made. It would be so violating and intense to watch. So I get how he feels. I understand, and I just yeah, I stand by him. I get it. So
How did you work with Nicholas that on that brotherly relationship that it's so beautiful to watch? I mean, the relationship with them.
yeah, it kind of happened really organically from the first time we met in our screen test, our last audition. We we just had an innate chemistry and an electricity that happened between us that I think why we got the parts. And then yeah, we were just working every day together for long hours, so we just organically built this bond, and in yeah, and going through the process and doing these really intense scenes together. I think that's just ultimately what did it.
Yeah. And after the long days during the recording, how did you get all that stress out of Eric's life?
Well, it was hard.
I'm
Especially in the
sure.
beginning. I remember like the first two, when we were shooting the first two episodes. I mean, we were like in almost every scene. So yeah, it's long hours, and I would just go home, and sometimes I wouldn't even turn a light on. I would just like take my clothes
Sleep.
off and get in bed and set my alarm for the next morning to get up and go back and do it all over again. So it was difficult in the beginning, but then I sort of learned, it was a long process of 6 months. So sort of toward the middle and by the end, I would go home and I would turn the lights on, take a shower, eat something comfortable and warm if I hadn't eaten at work. And yeah, it became easier towards the end to kind of separate and go home and leave Eric at work.
And what do you think now that the show it's I mean everybody is talking about the show. Do you watch the show too? Do you like to watch you on TV?
Yeah, I love the show. I watched it a lot before it had come out because I had the cuts, and I would show some of my family and some friends, and so I had watched the episodes a number of times before it had come out. But then I watched it. I watched the whole thing. I binged the entire show on September 19th, the day it came out, with my whole family and some of my
Wow.
closest friends, and I haven't watched it since then. Um, so yeah, but I love it. I would watch it again. I think I maybe need like a little bit more time. It's also kind of weird. I'm like, what am I gonna turn on the TV and just watch the show. But no, I love it. I'm so proud of it. It's probably it's the work that I'm the most proud of up until this point. So
Well, thank you very much.
yeah,
Congratulations again. And I hope to
thank
see
you.
you soon again in more movies and series and interviews.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Hi, Javier. Hi, Nicholas. Welcome to Paraguay.
Gracias.
I'm going to start with Javier and then with Nicholas. Javier, bienvenido a Paraguay. Felicidades por este trabajo espectacular. Una vez más nos sorprendiste. Sos maravilloso. Vos tenías como 20 años más o menos cuando esto ocurrió. Vivías en España, creo. Me imagino que en ese momento no habrás tenido tanta información. ¿Qué sentiste cuando te presentaron el proyecto como padre también? Porque según todo lo que podemos ver, sos un gran padre. Entonces, ¿cuál fue tu primera impresión sobre José Menéndez y sobre el proyecto?
Bueno, tenía bastante reticencia, en cierto modo, a hacer algún personaje que ha abusado sexualmente de sus hijos. O sea, teóricamente, ¿no? Eso me provocaba un rechazo, pero vi el caso, leí sobre el caso del cual no tenía conocimiento, hablé mucho con Ryan Murphy, él me dijo cómo lo quería mostrar y al final era evidente que el show en sí mismo habla de la necesidad de poder justamente comentar esto abiertamente y tratar a las víctimas y darles el lugar que merecen, ¿no? Y algo que, por ejemplo, hace 30 años era imposible, era como inadmisible que un hombre fuese abusado sexualmente por otro hombre, ¿no? Hoy en día sabemos que evidentemente esos casos están y hay que darles el lugar y el espacio que necesitan las víctimas.
Bien, o sea que también, digamos, fue tu motivación esa,
Por supuesto que sí, sí. Era algo
Bien,
muy importante de lo que habla el show, ¿no? Más allá del caso en concreto.
Exactamente, dar voz a eso. Well, Nicholas, sorry that we speak in Spanish, but the people in
No
Mexico
worries. I'm trying to pick up on what I can.
Yeah, I know, sorry. Well, you were even born when Jose and Kitty died. So what were your first questions to Ryan Murphy when you accepted the role of Lyle?
I think that a lot of the discussion that we had with Ryan was really centered around the tone of the project, you know what I mean? And around his ideas. He's such a genius, you know what I mean? He has all of these different places, like literally an encyclopedic knowledge of things. So he's pulling from so many different places to make it a really, really detail-oriented project. And I think what's great about him too is that he's so communicative. And so anytime that you come across an issue in the script, he's always there to answer a question or be available for a phone call in case there's something that comes up that maybe you don't quite understand. So, I mean, it's really the nice part of working on a Ryan Murphy project.
Cool. Bueno, nos quedan 2 minutos nada más. Javier, ¿pensaste que iba a pasar todo lo que pasó con esta serie? Que la gente se empieza a poner a favor de los hermanos, bueno, todo lo que generó.
No, la verdad es que, a ver, uno puede reconocer el poder y el impacto que tiene un show de Ryan Murphy en Netflix, que se ve en tantos países del mundo. La calidad del proyecto y el asunto que tocaba, sabes que va a traer atención, ¿no? Pero el hecho de que haya tenido un efecto inmediato tan pronto en el caso real es extraordinario, ¿no? Yo estoy muy contento de que a esos chicos se les dé una oportunidad más para demostrar cosas que en el segundo juicio no pudieron demostrar porque se lo negaron. Y que el sistema judicial haga el trabajo y que ojalá tengan la oportunidad de poder mostrar pruebas fehacientes de algo que ellos están diciendo durante tantos años, ¿no? Sobre el abuso sexual. Yo, si me preguntas, no sé qué opinión tener, no lo sé. Yo sé que lo que se probó es que el padre era un tipo que, bueno, pues que abusaba emocional y físicamente de ellos también, ¿no? Psicológicamente. El abuso sexual es una cosa que
es difícil probar.
Claro, y que en el show se deja muy abierto porque hasta la fecha no ha podido probarse.
Claro, difícil. Se me fue el tiempo. Thank you very much, Nicholas. Thank you very much, Javier. You're awesome. Congratulations for this spectacular series.
Gracias.